Although the rights guaranteed by the Bill of Rights are so deeply enshrined in American values, there was no such guarantee of individual liberties contained in the Constitution drafted by the framers in Philadelphia in 1787. That caused fear among some politicians, and ratification of the Constitution hinged in several states on the promise of adding a Bill of Rights, which would provide individual freedoms and/or limitations on federal government power. The first Congress approved the Bill of Rights, or the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution, in 1789, and they were ratified by the states in 1791. For Americans, the Bill of Rights is the most important legally binding guarantee of civil liberties, that is, individual freedoms from government interference. The Bill of Rights had deep historical roots, the earliest of which was England's Magna Carta of 1215. The Great Charter, which several dozen feudal lords forced upon England's King John, bound the English monarch to respect certain basic liberties, such as protection from being unlawfully imprisoned. Other provisions of the Magna Carta guaranteed protection of religious rights, trial by a jury of one's peers, no delay in the delivery of justice, and that taxes would not be levied without consent. Other forerunners of the Bill of Rights were the English Bill of Rights in 1689, which also limited the monarch's power, and Virginia's Declaration of Rights, adopted in 1776, which asserted the rights to free press, freedom of religion, due process, and a jury trial. The Virginia document is widely seen as a model for the U.S. Bill of Rights. When the framers of the Constitution finished their work in September 1787, they sent the document to the 13 states for ratification. Support for the Constitution was not universal, and the process sparked a lengthy, spirited debate over ratification. Federalists, or supporters of a strong central government, urged ratification. Anti-Federalists opposed the new Constitution's ratification because of the belief that the federal government was given too much power. They argued, among other objections, that the document did not adequately protect individual liberties fought for in the American Revolution. The final vote to ratify the Constitution was extremely close in several important states, such as Virginia and New York. The Constitution Convention itself had paid little attention to the issue of a Bill of Rights. One delegate, Roger Sherman, argued that such a guarantee was unnecessary because state constitutions provided their own Bill of Rights. He also argued that a Bill of Rights was unnecessary because if the Constitution did not say the national government could do something, one could safely assume that it could not. James Madison, often called the father of the Constitution because of his crucial role in crafting and promoting the document, also thought a Bill of Rights was unnecessary. Yet, the champions of a national Bill of Rights were eloquent. Thomas Jefferson wrote that no just government should refuse such a guarantee. As the debate continued and ratification remained in doubt, Madison changed his view, and the promise of a Bill of Rights secured ratification in 3 key states: Massachusetts, Virginia, and New York. Madison's influence in the House of Representatives was probably the most critical factor in congressional passage of the Bill of Rights in 1789. Enshrined in the U.S. Bill of Rights are many guarantees that Americans now take for granted. For example, freedoms of speech, the press, and religion, the right to bear arms, the right against unreasonable searches and seizures, protection against being charged twice for the same crime, due process for all citizens, protections against cruel and unusual punishment, and many more. But for more than 2 centuries, both politicians and the courts have debated the meaning of these guarantees and how broadly or restrictively they should be interpreted.